pemboran. Boleh semua.
Everybody. All right, so welcome aboard USS Charleston. All right, so where we're standing at right now, this is our mission bay. Our mission bay, we do the purpose of it. We're able to do different capabilities as far as switching out mission packages. Different mission packages that we have, we can use mine countermeasure, we can use surface underwater warfare, and we can use anti-submarine warfare. Those are the three mission packages that we're able to do on board this ship. If you look right here, we'll start up here first, sorry. If you look up here, this right here is our twin boom extensible crane. So when I talk about the mine countermeasure warfare, we're able to take an unmanned vehicle, pick it up using this, transfer it all the way out, and drop it in the water for it to detect mines and things of that nature. So this right here is a contents box. So whenever we bring on a mission package, we actually bring on the contents box to have everything inside for that mission package. Right now, these are berthings for us. Berthings is a place where sailors and civilians can sleep. All right, for us, we don't sleep in these contents boxes. We actually sleep in staterooms, but for visitors and ship riders who come on the ship, they have to sleep inside one of these berthings. We have a total of 73 personnel on board. Traditional warship, you're going to hear me refer to everything traditional warship to LCS because it's completely different. All right, traditional warship, we got anywhere between 200 to 5,000 sailors. For us, we only have 73 personnel, so we're a minimally manned crew. So a lot of people ask, well, a forklift can't pick up this contents box, so how do you move the contents box? So if you look over here, our mobile strata-lift carrier, this is what we use to actually pick up contents boxes and move them around. So I want everyone to be careful because if you look down, there are D-rings and there's holes in place in front of you. That's what we use to secure for sea. We use those things. If you look over here where the forklift is, we use that to secure a lot of things for sea. Because when we're going out to sea, remember that this ship is aluminum, right? So the ship is aluminum. We have a very low draft of 14 feet. We're able to go 40 plus knots. So with us going 40 plus knots, the ship is it's light, the ship is starting going to do this, right? So when the ship starts to do that, we have to make sure everything is secure for sea. So when you go around, you're gonna see a lot of things that's tied down with lines, that's tied down with chains, that's bolted to the ground, those type of things. That's how we secure for sea. If you look behind you, that's gonna be our oil lab. We test all our fuel there, we test all our oil there, we ship out all our samples and things of that nature. Over here, is going to be our repair locker. I will discuss all that type of stuff when we get to this station over here. And unfortunately, you can't see the other side of it, but that is going to be our boat deck. We have a 7-meter rib on board the ship. In case of a man overboard, we can't just say, oh, okay, man overboard, let's just pick them up with the ship, right? So we have to use our small boat to actually go out and pick them up. Any questions so far? All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue. So over here is going to be the berthing modules. This is where the civilians sleep when we do have civilians on board to help out with testings and all those type of things. You guys can kind of continue. We're going to walk and talk. Please be careful. All right, so when we get underway, we don't have the luxury of just, hey, turning our gym membership pass and say, we want to go to the gym, right? So underway, we have treadmills, we have bikes and things of that nature to kind of help us relax our minds, because underway we work anywhere from 16 to 20 hours, sometimes 32 hours straight. It just depends on the evolution. But we use this to actually decompress our minds, and we spend a lot of time watching the sunset, all right, because we're gone for weeks at a time. Mainly a lot of people here are married with kids, and you don't get to pick up your cell phone and say, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. I love you. You don't get a chance to do all those things when you're out to sea. There's no cell phone signal. So that's the time for you to reflect, and we look at the sunset, and we just think about the reason why we're here, the reason why we're doing it. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. So as you look around, you see a lot of things painted red, right? A lot of things are just painted red. A lot of people wondering, well, why is all these things painted red? All right, so these things are painted red for damage control things, right? So if you look behind you, we have our fire hoses here. We have our CO2 here, our AFFF bottle, our axes. All those things we use for damage control. Because once again, there's no fire truck coming to save us. So we have to make sure that we're certified and that we can able to combat all these damage control casualties. All right, so next I'm gonna take you guys to where we sleep and where we eat.
Look at me.
All right, is that everyone? Are we good? Is everyone? Are they still coming?
I know.
Oh, we can slide up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear me in the back? All right, so where you guys are standing right now, this is our Citadel passageway. This is where we eat, this is where we sleep. Unfortunately, I can't show you the versions on where we sleep, but I refer to traditional ships. So on traditional ships, you have anywhere between 40, 60 to 80 personnel per berthing. We only have 73 personnel on board, and we only have 4 people to our berthing. So we only have to share one bathroom with 4 people. And that's E6 and below. E7 and above, they only have 2 personnel per berthing, so you only have a roommate pretty much. If you look right here, this is where our E6 and below eats. Behind you is our wardroom. This is where all officers on board the ship, they eat inside the wardroom. And then to the right, you have the chief mess. That's where all the chiefs, E7 and above, that's where they eat. That's where they eat. We have soda machines, milk machines, microwaves. Typically, we eat 3 times a day, guaranteed 365 days a year. We're gonna eat 3 times a day. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A lot of people ask, well, what do you eat for chow? What do you eat? So usually we eat everything from hamburgers, tacos, to fish, to lumpia, to just different cuisines. So I think tonight, right now, we actually got fried rice, lumpia, and wings and things of that. So that's what you kind of probably smell when you're passing by. It's definitely lumpia. But if you look behind you, where that red cross is, that is medical. Understand that, hey, when we go out to sea, nobody coming to get us, right? So we got to make sure that we are certified medically. Now, when we get underway, it's always a long line of people that's at medical. Everybody wondering, well, why is everybody at medical? We're getting ready to get underway. All right, so the seasick pills, everybody want a seasick pill. Nobody want to feel sick all day and start throwing up and things of that nature, because we're light. So when we're light and then we actually start to go fast, all night we're doing this. All night. So for me, it rocks me to sleep like a baby. But to other people, they get really, really motion sickness. So that's why they stop by medical to actually get seasick pills and things of that nature. We're gonna go ahead and continue. So this is all our dry food storages. This is where we keep all our freezer food, dry storages over here. We have laundry rooms in here, more engine compartments down there.
They were fast. Oh, they're right. Oh, okay.
I was just about to go over it right now. Oh, okay. We just got commissioned. We just been gone. We left here is June of last year, and we just got back April of this year. And then we got to leave again in January, and then we don't come back to August. And that's like we still got to go. We still got to go other places. We got to do San Francisco. So I got to see if we can do it in San Francisco. It's constantly. We probably gone maybe 200 days out there.
What's your favorite port so far?
Here or on this ship or just in general? I've been in 32 countries, so I have a lot of different. Different
domestic
countries.
port then, yeah.
Probably be Dubai, honestly. I went to Dubai about 4 or 5 times.
Oh wow.
We're good. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. Right here is gonna be your mission bay. You want to stand next to me? You don't want to stand next to me? All right. So I said mission bay. Sorry. This is right here is gonna be your hangar bay. All right. This is where we can house 2 helicopters, SA-60s, or we can house 4 unmanned helicopters. Those are pretty much like drones, but if we only can fit 4 in here, you can imagine how big they really are. They are pretty big. So when you guys came in, I know a lot of people ask the question all the time where, what's that station that's in there? It looks like a jail cell. Like, what is that in there? All right, so for that is our decontamination station. Anytime a chemical, biological radiation attack happens, then we have to go outside the skin of the ship. We have to go out and start detecting it, and we have all the things to do to detect it to see what kind of agent it was. If it's another agent, blister agent, things of that nature. So when we come back in, if it is positive, we still have to go through the decontamination station, wipe everything off, scrub everything, and then continue on throughout the ship and let everybody know what's going on. We're gonna head out to the flight deck. Does anybody have any questions so far?
Why is the interior all silver?
Oh, I was just about to say that. Sorry. All right, so someone asked, not just someone, a lot of people asked, and a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing. So what's up with all the aluminum foil all around the ship, right? We are an aluminum ship, so when that heat starts to hit it, guess what happens? It starts to get really, really hot. So that's our insulation that we use because it's made of aluminum, so therefore it kind of keeps it somewhat cool. Because we have spaces that don't have it, and the spaces that don't have it, when it's hot, it is really hot. And when it's cold, it is really cold. So to have that insulation, I think, is probably the best thing that the ship ever thought of. So out here is the flight deck. Once again, I'm on BM1, so I'm a hands-on type. My job is kind of hands-on. So I actually land the helicopters, the Mobicon downstairs, I actually drive it. The small boat, I actually drive it. The T-bag system, I actually operate it. Those type of things. As of right now, I actually train my junior guys to do it because at the end of the day, they have to get all the practice as well. So out here, this is our flight deck. I'm the landing signalman enlisted. I'm also the flight deck officer. So I would sit here and I would signal the helicopters to come in. Once the helicopters come in, they'll land right here in the middle of the landing circle. They use this line right here, which is called the lineup line. They'll use that to actually line themselves up because I'm just really just a suggestion. All right. But for the most part, whenever they land, we only can go in from a 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock position. No one can go straight in front of the helo. If you look up right here, this is our deck status lights. This is a traffic light, right? So everybody kind of knows what red means, what green means. Does anybody have any idea what the yellow means?
Speed up.
No. Good one though. That's just for us drivers. But for pilots, when this amber deck comes in, that means that we're getting ready to disengage all the rotors. Once we disengage rotors, it's at amber deck because it's very, very cautious, because if a droop stop fails, So imagine the helicopter going up here, but if a droop stop fails, the blades drop to 3 feet. And if I'm standing right here, I'm cut in half. You can kind of YouTube it. They have videos of it actually happening. All right. So if you look around, we have different lights. Actually, one of my last tour groups asked, are those Consort Lights? So they're not necessarily Consort Lights, right? But at the same time, when we go out to sea, we're able to be aided and unaided. Aided means that we're completely pitch black. The helicopter, everybody is completely pitch black. And I have on NVGs while I land the helicopter. And that's mainly for when we actually doing missions and things like that. You can hear it, but you can't see it. So for us, it's good. And then when we actually do unaided, we'll turn on the lights and things like that. If we're getting ready to refuel the helicopter, we'll go over here. We're gonna use the JP5 pump reel to actually refuel the helicopter while the rotors are engaged. So I have my guys to go down and they actually hooking up the nozzles and everything like that while the rotors are engaged. So we're gonna walk over here. Everybody doing okay? So understand that this is not a museum, right? This is actually a operational ship. All right, so this is very operational ship. I have to sleep here tonight. All right, so once I get off this, once I get done with this, I will go down. I'll probably leave. I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning because I gotta go stand the arm watch from 1 to 7 a.m. All right, and a lot of people ask, well, how long are you here for? I have 6-year orders here. So they're like, so you stay on the boat for 6 years? No, I don't really stay on the boat for 6 years. Right? Today I'm on duty. So anytime that you're on duty, it's pretty much like we have 4-session duty. So when you're on duty, if something happens to the ship, you have to be able to combat that ship, combat that casualty. So if a fire or something happens, we have to have somebody on board. We can't just lock up the ship and say, all right, everybody go home. All right, so somebody has to be here. And unfortunately, it's my duty day. And when we go out to sea, yes, we're just out to sea. Everybody has to be here. But I actually live right across the street, so once I leave here, I go straight home tomorrow morning. But over here, we have our refueling station. On the traditional ship, you have anywhere between 2 to 8 refueling stations. This little refueling station right here, this 7-inch single pro refueling station, takes on about 250,000 gallons of F-76. So everybody asks, well, how long does that take? That's 250,000 gallons of fuel. It only takes about 45 minutes for all that to go through here. And we're not just doing it in port like this. We're actually doing it. We're this far away from another ship out to sea, and we're both going about 15 knots, which is about 25 miles per hour, right? We're going about 15 knots, and we have to shoot lines over, keep around on the line in the middle of the wind, everything just kind of pushing back, the Ventura effect. The seas just kind of going like this, so you're kind of rocking. It's a dangerous evolution, but at the same time, when we out to sea, we actually have to be able to refuel. We got to be able to get stores. And when we get stores, a lot of people are like, well, you're out to sea for 6 months. How do you get your food? All right, so we do get fresh fruit. We eat 3 times a day. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing about the galley. Sorry. On a traditional ship, when you first check on board, usually you got to go and do mess deck cranking. So that means you got to go wash all the dishes your first 90 days on board the ship. On here, every single person washing their own dish. Even the captain on board the ship, he has to wash his own dish. Executive officer, they have to wash their own dish. So that's completely different from any other place in the Navy. But they have to wash their own dish. Anything else? You guys got any questions so far? Everybody enjoying the tour?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Anybody ever jumped off the side?
Nobody ever jumped off the side on board this ship. We only been commissioned for 2 years. But have I seen people jump off the side of the ship? Yes. Have I seen that start engines and bodies float up from the bottom because they jumped off the side? I ain't seen all those things. It's a lot of sea stories, but it's a lot of people. I don't really, But if you guys don't have any questions, the next place that we're gonna go is gonna be the bridge. This is where you have to secure your phones. All right, this is where you have to secure your phones. No videos, no cameras, no anything. All right, it's a secret place.